Hi, and welcome to another edition of State Champs W's Ready, Set, Cheer podcast, a weekly show dedicated to competitive cheer and dance in the Great Lakes states. My name is Antonette Phelps, and Ready, Set, Cheer is presented by Lawrence Technological University. The Blue Devils cheer and dance team are recruiting student athletes right now. Academic and athletic scholarships are available. If you can recruit yourself, you can visit ltuathletics.com. All right, so let's meet our guests today on the show. We have the owners of Total Effect Cheer, Tricia Williams. She is also the head coach at Stoney Creek, and Christina Swansey, who is also the head coach at Grand Blanc. Thank you, ladies, for being here this morning.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yes.
All right, so let's just talk a little bit about your company, Total Effect Cheer. I know you're both partners, and then you also have Beth Lockhart, the NDP coach as well, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So let's just talk about what teams you typically service. How can people book appointments with you, when and where, and what you do? Maybe a winter workshop or summer camps. Just kind of walk us through what Total Effect Cheer is.
Well, Total Effect Cheer has really came to life because all three of us were already very active on our own, working with teams in the area, both through choreography and just helping out coaches and trying to make the sport of competitive cheer stronger and share what we've learned from other coaches in our history throughout the years. And we came together to form this company to try to really enjoy our time together, enjoy working with these coaches and teams. And we learn from each other as much as we learn from everyone we work with as well. So we service really any team in the state of Michigan. And actually we've been out of state in Mississippi working with a gym there as well. Who wants to learn more about the sport of cheer. We do everything from choreography to technique clinics as far as jumps and skills and stunts. And our big thing that we do right now is choreography cleanup.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you, if what skills specifically you focus on, and do the teams have to come in with the choreography already done, or do you do that part for them as far as that cleanup goes?
Well, actually, what we do is we will sometimes do the choreography and then go back to clean it up. Sometimes they have choreography ready and set to go, and sometimes they need help with adding a little bit of flair here and there. It's a really awesome experience to work with a lot of different level teams, and it's a pretty cool experience, and it's fun to do it with my friends.
Yeah. So do you have teams like one? Sorry, go ahead, Sydney.
No, I just said it seems like it would be so fun.
It is. We love it.
We meet so many amazing kids and coaches, and we are all over the place, and we just take road trips, and they're like girl trips to go do cheerleading, and it's so much fun. We have a blast.
Oh, that's so awesome. Do you guys
with the Mississippi team or school?
Well, that came from quite a few years before Total Effect Cheer. I worked with another company, and the owner of the gym is actually a Michigan native. So I've known him through cheer for a long time. And we got to talking when he was in Mississippi, and we worked through another camp together. He would come up and work stunt camps with my team, and I would fly down and work technique. Michigan is really known for its precision and execution and technique as far as our, jumps and motions are concerned. So I'd go down to his gym and I'd work all of that with his kids, and he'd come up and he'd work stunts with my kids. And it kind of grew a little bit to where we started a mini stunt camp. And that's kind of where this all took off from. One was looking at all of our resources that we use and trying to bring them to as many teams as we could reach in the state of Michigan.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So what do you focus on? Do you have is it broken up into a stunt section, a jump section, a skill section, or do the teams come in and just say, this is what we need help with, and you kind of go with it that way?
Well, I think it really depends on what part of the year we're in. We offer the jump clinics and things like that year round. And then we have the winter workshops that we just did that were really fun. We were able to work with teams on their existing choreography and some things they needed help with. And it was basically a mini camp for them to come in and get ready for competitive season. And then we're really excited for this summer because we're going to have summer camps and grow grow on the idea that we had last year, because we had a ton of amazing feedback, and we just want to even make it just better and just fit the everyday high school team that needs to get ready for their sideline seasons, and set up a really extensive conditioning program to get them ready for their future competitive seasons following sideline.
We also noticed in the last couple of years have been really focusing on trying to share everything we've learned as coaches with all of the new coaches. There is a venue that's just not there anymore, that was there when we were younger coaches, that just teach the basics about, how to set your team up for success, how to do formations, how to drill motions, like all of those little things that just isn't really out there anymore. So we want to bring that back to all of our coaches and our teams so that, we can grow the sport.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a great resource for the coaches, like you're talking about. I feel like that community is a really important part of cheerleading, especially for the coaches.
It really is. It really is,
So
especially right now. It's been really crazy when it comes to all of the different things that are obstacles in our seasons. And my biggest piece of advice for coaches is to give yourself grace. Just, and appreciate the journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Do you see D1,
definitely.
D2, D3, D4? Do you go through all of them, or are you mostly focused? Because you both do D1 schools, head coaches. So do you see all of them across the board, or is it mostly just D1?
No, we see all divisions all over the state. I mean, cheer is the same no matter what school you're at. The skills are the same, and the issues are usually the same, just kind of different in different size schools. But we can have, it's all the same skills. So we see all of the teams all over the state, all sizes.
Yeah,
awesome.
That
so
is
how
cool.
could someone get a hold of you? If a team listening wants to reach out to Total Effect Cheer, how can they find you?
Well, we have our Instagram account, which is our social media accounts. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram account. Both of those are monitored every day. And we have an email, of course, totaleffectcheer@gmail.com is our email. So any of those, reaching out on the social media platforms or just emailing us works.
Awesome.
We kind of touched on it a little bit. And I know you guys said, it feels like you're just going on trips with your girlfriends. It's just a lot of fun. But how did you guys decide to start this company together?
In Beth's living room. Honestly, what it came down to was we were starting to find that we wanted something different. And then as we just started continuing to brainstorm ideas, and it went from choreography and it just continued to grow. At first, it was just like I said, choreography. And then now it's camps and clinics and it's just really amazing to see women just come together and be able to create something out of nothing for a sport that they love. And if you're not in cheer, you may not really understand the passion for the sport, but it's something pretty cool that I can say, at my age, that I'm still able to do it all. And I love it.
Oh, yeah. I bet in Beth's living room, there's a lot of funny stories that can come out of that. Oh, that's awesome. Well, moving along here, Tricia, let's quickly talk about Stoney Creek if we can. 2-time state champs. That's hard to do. That's awesome. Stoney always comes out aggressive, polished routines, all of the above. What can we expect from them this season?
I'm hoping much of the same. I do have a really great group. I have a strong group of senior leaders. Our culture is so good. I think the last year, especially, COVID has really hit, I'm sure all sports programs really hard as in the terms of team culture and trying all of those things that we normally do, the team bonding and all of that kind of stuff. We could not do during COVID. We couldn't be together. We couldn't do those things. So that was really a focus this year is creating that team camaraderie and that team bonding. And coming off COVID, this group of kids that I have right now really is just like absolutely loving the ability to be together and loving the ability to practice every day. Last season was really crazy. And they're just killing it. They come into the gym every day positive and happy. We have fun every single day of practice. everywhere we are, and they're doing great. So I'm hoping more of the same. They are definitely challenging themselves, trying to put as many different elite elements and learning all sorts of new things every day. So I can't wait to get out on the floor again and start competing.
Oh yeah, neither can we. We're so excited to see all of these routines. When you look at the competition, you guys go against so many strong teams. I mean, it's crazy. How have you guys been preparing for them? And what's it like going up against teams that are just as competitive as you guys?
Well, that's the beauty of cheerleading as a sport. We really don't have to worry about anybody else, and we don't focus on anyone else. There's no defense in our sport. So we really just focus on ourselves. We focus on being the absolute best that we can be. And when we go to those other competitions, my team, when we go early in round 3, like as a coach, I'm like, I don't want to go early in round 3. I want to go at the end. But my team loves to go early in round 3 because they're like, oh my gosh, we get to watch. We get to watch all these other teams. They want to see what else is out there. They love the sport of cheerleading as well. So they like to get out there and see these other routines and, find their favorite pieces of all these other routines that are amazing and out there as well. It's great. I know we just have fun, but that is the beauty of the sport is we don't have to worry about the other teams or focus on them. All we control is ourselves. So we just focus on that and enjoy the day.
Awesome.
Okay, Christina, let's quickly talk about Grand Blanc. So Grand Blanc has also been a state finalist before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I read this in 2020. Grand Blanc, their varsity cheer team made school history by placing 3rd in the state after winning leagues, districts, regionals. And they made history by having an academic all-state team, meaning they had the highest combined GPA in the state. Is that correct?
Yeah. They had a really amazing year. It was a lot of fun. Yes.
Oh, good for them. And good for you as a coach. That's
really
great.
Fun of them. Well, thank you. But it's really them. It's them putting in all of the hard work and showing up and being committed to each other. It was a really fun year.
Yeah. Well, and that was a hard year too, because that was in 2020. So I guess it was kind of right before everything started, kind of fell apart right after cheerleading season.
Quite honestly, I really was just kind of stuck in the cheer bubble and didn't really know much was going on until a couple days after state finals. We started hearing things about positive cases. And then it was all of a sudden, everything is shut down a week later. So if anything, we were incredibly blessed to be able to complete our seasons because I couldn't imagine being on those athletic teams that were in the middle of their playoffs and things like that. And to have that cut short, I'm sure was a real jagged pill to swallow for a lot of teams and a lot of players.
Right. Oh, of course. So speaking of your team this year, then hopefully a little bit more back to normal is what we've been hearing so far. But what can we expect to see from Grand Blanc this year?
A lot of fun. We're always going to bring something a little bit outside of the box and interesting to watch. And they're going to put on a show and have fun with it. That is our big drive this year is culture and fun. Bring back just the smiles to the faces and to the program. They're hardworking kids, and I'm excited to see them shine out there.
We're excited to see them too. Who would you say is Grand Blanc's biggest competitor? So we know Stoney goes, okay, I was going
to say. Everybody, steel sharpens steel. There are so many incredible teams. And that is my favorite thing about cheerleading because it's who's going to rise to the occasion on that day, and go out there and put on such a good show that you watch some of these teams. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen me at a competition. I'm cheering for other teams because that's exciting. I love to see good cheer and, it's not in my hands. It's in the hands of the judges. So I just trust the process and love the sport and have a good time. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be in Division I. A lot of pressure, but a whole lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Could tell. I loved what both of you guys said about your teams. I mean, Tricia, when you said there is no defense, so we got to do us. Like, that was awesome. And then rising up to the occasion. I mean, that's what cheer is. And that's what makes this sport so special and so awesome. So just to kind of like wrap everything up that we've talked about here, is there anything else that you think people who might not know about Total Effect Cheer would want to know, or something that is pretty unique that people need to know about?
I think one of the most unique things about our company is that we really also build relationships with our coaches, and we continue that connection and mentorship throughout the year. And then one of the other things too is that we have real applications that really fit into your everyday schedule of practices. Because I think a lot of the times, all of us, we've went to camp and we're there and it's fun. And then we leave and maybe we don't necessarily use any of the stuff that we've done. And so we were trying to find real applications that people would put into their seasons and onto their sideline and into their homecoming performances. And then through competitive and the choreography, I think one of the cool things about us doing the choreography is that not only are we collaborating together, and so you kind of get a little bit of a flavor of all of us, but we're coming up with the words. We're working with these coaches on themes. We're really helping them build and set up their competitive season, and I think that makes us unique.
And I agree with all of that. Where I was going with it was just what you would notice. Like, I think what's unique about us is that all three of us are extremely passionate about the sport. We absolutely love being together as just friends and people. And that's what our camps are. I love being with my team. We love being at practice. We love being together. So when we are together at a clinic or a camp, anything we do, our goal is to make it the most enjoyable experience and love every minute of doing that. And we do bring in all of the kids and all of our coaches, and we want them to love every minute of everything that we're doing together as well. That's really, that's what the sport has been my whole life to me. And that's what I want to bring to everyone else.
Oh, yeah. You can tell the passion that you both have, which rubs off on everyone else. I mean, we here, I feel like we're pumped now for this season.
No, can I come here, Kim?
Yeah, wait.
Yes, please do so. You can do a broadcast right from camp.
We'll get out there.
There you go. It would be so fun. There you go. We can't wait.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate talking about your business, and also, of course, best of luck to both of you with Stoney Creek and with Grand Blanc this competition season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Well, another great episode. I mean, Tricia and Christina were great. They talked about their passion for the sport, and you could just tell with everything they're doing. And what a good idea also, because we talked about it a little bit, that you can get lost with sideline and competition. So to have someone there to help with both is just awesome. It's so great.
Yeah, they really have a great company and a great idea. So hopefully we'll be hearing more from them.
Yeah, and don't forget, our listeners, if you want to get a hold of them, you can find Total Effect Cheer on their Facebook page and Instagram, and then they have a Gmail for Total Effect Cheer. So if you want to get a hold of them, they've got avenues.
Yes. So let's talk about competition.
I know,
we're so coming up.
Yes. They told us themselves they're getting ready. They're ready to have fiery routines. So Antonette, what do we got coming up here?
On January 11th, we have the Cascades Conference League meet, which is at Michigan Center. We have the OAA White League meet at Avondale High School. And then on the 12th, we have the OK Blue Jamboree West Catholic. Here's another good one at Stoney Creek. We just had Tricia on, so she's hosting the 2020 Cougar Spirit Invitational. And then finally, on the 15th of January, we have the Davison Invite.
Woo! So many. I'm excited. Wow. And kind of like what Christina said when, their team performs, but then she's the one who sits on the side and cheers them on. Every single team after, that would be us, just sitting there cheering every single team and just being amazed by what we watch.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I'm hoping you and I can make it to states this year. We'll see how everything's going with COVID and who's allowed in and out, but hopefully you and I will be able to make it to one.
Oh yeah, that'll be so fun.
Yes. All right, everybody. Well, have a great week. Thank you so much for listening. And if you need to reach out to Sydney and I, you can email us at readysetcheer@statechampsnetwork.com. And then, of course, please follow State Champs W. And you can find any of our media there. You can reach out to us, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And we hope everyone has a great week. Cheers.